Brent. They're a whirlwind pair, living life with an extra flair. 36 hours crammed in a day. They dance through.
How did Brent and Breea meet? There's two stories.
It's kind of funny and embarrassing all at the same time.
The first time I met Breea, it was during the new faculty hiring. She came in to talk about the city of Norman.
And Brent left after her event to go talk to her and say, hey, I would love to have you talk to my students. Breea said, great, email me. Brent emailed her and Breea never responded.
And I have zero recollection of this encounter, but I was in full mayor mode and he wanted me to talk to his class about economics. And economics was the 1C I ever got in college, so I'm sure I blocked it out.
I figured she was just too busy. So that was the first time we met.
The first time was through my students. He got invited to fill one of the spots at an incentive dinner that we do at the end of each semester.
We invited Dr. Norwood, not thinking anything romantic or relationship-wise was gonna happen. Honestly, just to have him there because we knew it was such a good time.
But it was funny because she comes up with 2 beers and I had 2 beers and I was like, hey, hello again. She's like, hi, nice to meet you. And I said, we've met before.
And we kept in touch after that night. He sent me a lovely email thanking me and we kind of emailed back and forth.
I, of course, being the gentleman that my parents raised me to be, sent her a nice email afterwards that said, thank you for the invite. By the way, me and my best friend, Dr. Samantha Johnson, we go get happy hour drinks every Friday around 3:30 at the library. Feel free to join us.
And then there was that classic, well, here's my phone number in case it's easier to communicate that way. So I could totally see what was happening.
I'm pretty sure she knew I was fishing for her to come out and try to, get to know her better.
We kept talking and had more and more in common and really had a good time. So that's kind of where it started twice.
I remember seeing Dr. Norwood come around the JCPenney office and hang out with Breea.
And I told Breea, I said, who's this guy that is hanging around here? He just keeps hanging around here. Finally, we hadn't caught up in a while and I didn't realize that they were actually starting to date. And it was kind of funny because I just thought there was a strange man skulking around, but it was actually her sweetheart.
I'd say that they're just a match made in heaven for each other. I mean, they're so different in so many ways, but in the differences, they have so many similarities that they can be able to push each other to be the best versions of themselves.
So everyone knows that Breea and I are super high energy. In fact, one of the first things I told her that I loved about her was that we both pack 36 hours worth of events into a 24-hour day, and we thoroughly enjoy it.
It's just a lot of fun when you're around the two of them. They both are really eager to just have a good time.
I think it's super fun that Norwood will just put some chocolates in Breea's bag in the morning, or she'll just find little treats that he left her, and that's super sweet.
I think they are the definition of work hard, play hard. That's something we really saw in South Carolina. They would go to their hotel after we went to our hotel, and they were up ready in the morning, ready to go before we were. So they really embody that energy.
She gives me lots of cares and plays with me when I'm lonely and gives me lots of hugs and kisses.
Yeah, so I think a story that really describes just their relationship is when I was in South Carolina with them, me and Breea were just chatting in the airport for a few minutes, just us. And she was just telling me about the moment when she realized she wanted to marry Dr. Norwood. She was just telling me that they were just sitting on her couch, it was a Sunday afternoon, and that just the way he looks at her and just smiles and just looks at her, she can just tell how much he loves her and cares about her. And she was like, I want to feel like this forever, every day. And so then she told him on the couch, let's get married. I want to get married. And then the next week she went to the church and they told him, and things took off ever since.
I feel like he's just a walking wall of sunshine and he just brightens everyone's days.
And it's he's super kind, he's friendly around people, and he just spends a lot of time with his family. That's his first thing that he ever does.
I remember when one of my best good friends from college told me, and I took my time posting pictures of us on social media, and when I did, she said, I think you've met your match. And then more and more of my best good lifelong friends started saying that. And it made me think, you know, maybe I have. And it's not our first rodeo, either of us, but I know that this is the best fit I've ever had, and he makes me a better version of myself. And for that, I am incredibly grateful and would be an absolute idiot to not lock that down. So that's my plan and how I'm gonna wrap up season 1.
I think their season 2 is going to be incredible. Between their energy, I've never met a couple with more energy than these two.
I think they will go to Europe. My guess is something like Paris. They probably run there, you know, like a marathon or something.
I think that their future holds a lot of adventure and excitement and new places.
More runs, obviously. I might try and get you guys playing some Smash Brothers.
Skiing.
My new house that was new for me in December of 22, I think, fit great for me and my 2 sons. And now I've added another son and a partner, and it's a little bit tight. So I'm very excited to see how we're going to adjust to the living arrangements.
We are not materialistic people, so in season 2, you're gonna see a lot more travels to probably different places, especially overseas, as places we're looking. But season 2 is also going to bring a lot more home growth. You know, we got all moved in together. We both love the garden. And so we really have been holding off on building our big garden. So season 2 is going to incorporate a lot more of adventures, sports with the kids, and home gardening, and probably some home improvements we want to do.
I think that they're gonna thrive. I feel like they're both super adventurous, and maybe I see them hiking, going on big trips in the future, maybe in cabins and stuff like that.
Explore what we have to offer here in Norman and have a good time together.
In season 2, they may run all the way across the country like Forrest Gump did.
I think I could see them getting on a space shuttle and going to the moon. I think the sky's the limit for the couple, and I think they'll go well beyond it.
So Breea made a little joke to us on our trip, and she said, you know, Dr. Norwood, I'm sorry, but you're stuck with me. This is the last marriage that I'm gonna do, and I know it's gonna work out. So I'm gonna hold fast to that point and say they're gonna have a very happy marriage.
To planning some really excited trips, not just for us, which I value, but also as a family. And our family time, I think, has got to be the greatest gift that our relationship has given to not only us, but to our children. It's easy to have no phones at the dinner table with us. We do high-low buffalo, question of the night, and everyone looks forward to it. So looking for our next adventures as a family and watching our kids grow up together, I'm super excited about.
I've always been a high energy, go, go, go person. Hardly really sit down. In fact, we're called No Butt Norwoods for a reason, because we have no butt. So sitting down is kind of hard. And as you know, much fun as Breea and I have together, she's been the one person in this world that's been able to like sit me down on a couch for more than an hour, and me like want to sit there because it's the love we have for each other. So a lot more movie nights in the future, a lot more of us and the kids, and a lot more of high energy with our own little relaxing time at the end.
We'll have a happy family, and we'll go on lots of adventures. And she'll make more cookies, and we'll be traveling more and more question of the night.
In season 2, I also expect to be dragged along to a lot of events. Somehow, Brent, you got me to go to a lot of things, but you and Breea together somehow got me to go to a 9-year-old school carnival. I'm not sure how that happened, and I'm a little concerned about what you're gonna drag me to next.
I hope Brent likes politics, because I suspect that he may live in the governor's mansion one day.
Just want to thank everyone for coming and sharing this very special and important occasion in our lives. We appreciate you.